No, I was not surprised. I think obviously the third attempts that I had to get were pretty stressful, and I think I was doubting myself a little bit. But I knew that at the end of the day, I was going to be in shape to jump really well here, and so to equal my PD is not necessarily a surprise. But I think after the number of jumps that I did was obviously a little bit of a surprise. So yeah, I'm really proud of myself. I fought till the end. I didn't give up, and now we're here with the gold medal. So yeah.
Can you talk a bit about Wu and the challenge he gave you today?
Yeah, I think, as athletes, the worst thing you can do is win and not have no one challenge you. I know that there's some really talented guys in that field, and there's been times in the past where guys haven't stepped up, and yeah, to have Wu really push me like that is very special. We haven't ever really had a competition where we both really jump high. Often he'll jump high and I won't do well, and vice versa. So to be able to jump and really have an awesome competition like that is something that I would love.
Can you describe the atmosphere out there tonight and just the energy that you fed off with the crowd?
Yeah, it was pretty electric. Obviously, right at the end, we were the only thing in the crowd, or the only thing in the stadium. So I felt like they really got behind us, which is really super cool. Those are the moments we train really hard for, and it's the moments you live for as an athlete. So yeah, to have the crowd like this is super special.
Your jump at 36 was incredible. Like, can you take us through what that felt like?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the best jumps are the easy ones, and it felt easy. It felt well timed. I think that a few of those misses were ones I was just getting a little bit excited and just pushing too hard. The track is so fast. So yeah, for me, technically, it was about just trying to measure my strides and make sure my room was the main thing. And yeah, I put my foot down and suspected that it was probably enough, but you never know until you clear it. And that moment of clearing it was very cool.
Was there any intention to keep going after you still have 2 more jumps to go?
No, no, there wasn't. I mean, yeah, I think overall, like the goal was to come here and attempt the personal best. I equaled my personal best, so in my mind that's probably enough. I don't know about the coach, but he doesn't matter in that moment, so it's my decision.
Do you see an 8-foot bar ever in your life? Do you think that would be something that is that at all exist for you as a goal?
I mean, look, like I
know that's not meters and everything,
yeah,
but
no, for sure. I mean, look, I mean that's about 245, I think. I would have said no, for so long in my career, but I think the last couple of years I've proved that I am a really good high jumper, and I think that I'm only really scratching the surface of what's capable. If you talk to my team, if I said that 245 was not something I thought I could do, they would challenge me really on that. And every time they've challenged me so far in my career, they've been right, and I've been wrong. So it's the reason I'm standing here with the medals around my neck. So yeah, I think that potentially, in the future, if we play our cards right, there could be some much higher jumps.
After you won the medal, you mentioned about the Tokyo Olympics out there.
Yeah.
So how do you think was it too fast for the 4 years now? Since Tokyo.
Yeah, well, it feels weird. Like Tokyo for me was one of my first major championships that I ever went to. I went to Doha in 2019, didn't make the final. So this was the first kind of final that I ever made in the Tokyo Olympics, and that was for me a moment I realised that I belonged here. I belonged in the sport, and I really had a connection to trying to be one of the best high jumpers. But also I came to, I was watching so many guys jump high, and so to be able to come out here and 4 years later, it feels like such a long time, but it also feels like such a short time at the same time. A lot of things have happened, a lot of things have changed, but at the same time, yeah, I feel like I'm just really happy with the journey.
Did Jordy Beamish give you a little extra inspiration last night?
Yes, he definitely did. It was the last thing I watched before I went to sleep. Unfortunately, it took me a while to get to sleep after that. So, yeah, look, I mean, Jordy's a good mate of mine, and we won our first World Championships. We actually won our first national championships on the same day in 2013, secondary school championships. Not in this. I was high jump. He was 3,000. Yeah, 3,000. So then we also won our first World Championships on the first day in Glasgow, 2022 in the World Indoors. And so yeah, to have him step up and get a big one over me was something I just wasn't super stoked about. So yeah, he said it was my turn, and yeah, I got to see him afterwards as well, and he was pretty stoked.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Can I ask